Okay, what up you guys? It's Tila. We're in my bedroom again for this video. I think it's the first time you've ever seen my bedroom. I may do a bedroom tour at some point. But I'm at home from college. I finished my first year. And I figured why not kind of celebrate, and I treated myself to a haul from ridiculously low prices, but that's not the place. Book Outlet. Yay! This is a giant box, which I already opened and I got all the paper out. So I'm going to set this down on my bed. We're going to get into it. So if you don't know what Book Outlet is, it's basically a service where you can order like newish books and the bargain copies and scratch and dent books for ridiculously low prices. And I'm not even joking. Like some of these books you'd find at the bookstore for like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks or something like that. So, let's see, what is the most expensive book in here? No. Because, like, they're all ridiculously cheap. Oh, crap, you just saw one. Yeah, like, one of the books in here is, like, $24, which is the one that you just saw, which is a bit of a spoiler alert, so I didn't mean to do that. And in this order, because we have an invoice here, I'm not going to show you my address. This order, there are 9 books or something like that. And when I placed the order, they had on the website that you could buy, like, I think it was, like, what was it? Free shipping on orders over $35. So I was like, well, hey, why not? Let's just see how many books there are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 books in total in this order. And they're all like, $2, $4, $3, $6. I think the most expensive one I have is $7 in here. So, and like without tax, this whole order was $36.36. Why not? And so I did one of these when I was in school, and I said, you know what, I'm going to buy books, every month or so, and I went, okay, you know what, that's not going to work. It is, like, ridiculously cheap, but with tax and shipping and whatever, I said, why not? So, and I saw the thing on the website, do excuse me, for that, and I purchased a massive amount of books. And again, I already opened it downstairs so I can get all the paper out so I can make this easier on me. I don't know how much this... Spoilers in there. So let's get right into it. If you don't like these videos, then yell at me in comments and I will try not to do them as much. I may do them here or there or something like that. When I place or when I get something that I want to show you guys. But this is not me trying to brag at all. I don't want to brag. If I'm bragging, yell at me in the comments. So let's get started, actually. I'll do the one that you guys saw. So the first book here that I kind of spoiled is the Shadowhunter Codex as compiled by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. Cassandra Clare wrote the story. And I got this book mainly just because I was like, you know what, we're gonna, do that. And I saw this on Amazon and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And actually, I did not know this, so let me read the back. And then just look at this, though. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I think this is from the Infernal Devices right here. Because you have, I think that's Tessa, it's Will, and that may be Gem. It's a really bad one. And then that's A Clockwork Angel. And then, oh my god, look at that. So this is the hardback. This is the one that was like $24. Let's see what this front is. Looks like, holy crap, look at that. This feels so pretty though. Like, look at that. That is amazing. Then this is obviously from City of Heavenly Fire. So I actually did not know this, so I'm going to read this for you. So Cassandra Clare, we all know, she's the author of the Mortal Instruments, the Infernal Devices, and now the Dark Artifices, which I have the Dark Artifices. I can turn it around. It's on my shelf here, so I can show you. See that giant book right there with the weird white thing? See that thing? That is Dark Artifices. It is it's a monster. It is a monster of a book. And I just want to read who Joshua Lewis is, because I have no idea who he is. So Joshua Lewis lives in Western Massachusetts with his wife, Cassandra Clare. They're married, I didn't know that. 3 cats and several thousand books. Understandable. When not exhaustively researching arcane bits of the Shadowhunter universe, he can be found playing music, writing his own fiction, I didn't know that, and keeping the weight of several thousand books from collapsing the house. So this basically is kind of how the Shadowhunter universe works, and then, actually, this is kind of why I bought it. Like, this is so cool. So, you can see in here, I don't know how much of this you can see. See that? So it has Cassandra, so it has Clary Frey, Simon Lewis, right here, and Jace Wayland is down there. So they all, like, write little snippets and pieces of stuff. Like, they write, let me find a good one that's, like, just them. So, like, this is from chapter 1. And, like, see how it's all written in? Like, this is all their writing, because they all write in this. So this is so cool. I love this. So I'm probably going to read this. I have a massive TBR file under my desk, which is what this thing is. I have a massive TBR file. So this is going into that. Shadowhunter Codex, 1 and done. Beautiful. A lot of these books I have no idea, like, what they are. So this is going to be fun and interesting. And I'm going to learn with you all. I'll just put that like that. And then the next one here, which is on top of that, is a little one called All of Me, a Love Between the Bases novel by Jennifer Bernard. I have no idea what this book is about, apart from the fact that it's an adult romance, I think. Yes? Yeah. I do know that it's a romance book. I just don't know if it's an adult. Sorry in the back. Playing for the Kilby Catfish is hotshot pitcher Caleb Hart's last chance to salvage his career after a major league meltdown. But the day of his opener with the minor league team, Caleb strikes out with the gorgeous woman who is delivering a petition to run the unruly catfish out of town. Now, to stay in the lineup, Caleb will need to score big with the feisty brunette he can't keep out of his thoughts. After the nasty lies Sadie Merritt's rich ex-boyfriend spread around about her all over town, she's lucky to have a job at all. She can't afford to screw it up by falling for the player who is supposed to be helping her change the image of the fun-loving catfish. But that's easier said than done when Caleb's voice alone is enough to make her pulse race. And when he surprises her with a mind-blowing kiss, she knows there's no turning back. So there may be fun time in this. Like fun time between bed sheets. And again, I have no idea what this book is about, but it's like really small. Like I think it's mass market paperback, because here's a hardback book. This is the one that I just showed you. Like, look at how big these things are. They're pretty tiny. Oh well. So 2 books are done. I'm just going to kind of set them right there. And the next one, which is a monster, is excuse me, is the Illuminae Files, Book 1, called Illuminae, by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Now, I saw this book once in, like, Barnes & Noble or something. One here for Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. You kind of figure out which ones they are. And I saw this book in, like, Barnes & Noble, and I was really intrigued by it. And I think there's a second one out called Gemini. So I thought, well, why not just start out with the Illuminae Files and all that. So I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but, like, this is how the cover is when you take off the jacket. This is so cool. I love this. I love this. I've never seen a book like this. And then the tagline is, brace yourself. You're about to be immersed in a mindscape that you'll never want to leave. And that's a quote by Marie Lu, who's best-selling author of the Legend Trilogy, which I haven't read. And I haven't read this either. So the tagline is, first survive, then tell the truth. So I have no idea. But basically, like, this is how the book is told. Like, it's little snippets from, like, files and things like that. And there's a story in there that I'll read a little bit. This morning, Katie thought breaking up with Ezra was the hardest thing she'd have to do today. This afternoon, her planet was invaded. Okay, fun. But this book looked like really interesting, and I'd never seen it, so and I never read anything like it, so I figured why not try it, see if I like it, and I'll let you know, and I'll let y'all know what I think. But this is like really cool. Like look at that, and then jacket. It's like literally completely see through. This is so cool. I love this. I love this. Okay, 3 books done. These are going back into the box. So I actually know that I did them. Okay, back in your box. And the next one, I saw a couple of booktubers haul, which is Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. I've read nothing of his books, but from what I can tell, it's about a boy named David Charleston. I'm reading the back here. Okay, my laptop is doing something really funny, so I cut off here at Steelheart. I don't even think I pressed record that first time. So Steelheart, Brandon Sanderson, I know nothing about it. I'm going to kind of not do a summary on this, just because I kind of did one and then realized that I hadn't recorded it. So basically what this book is about, from what I can tell, is and the tagline under Steelheart is remember everything, forgive nothing. And that cover looks really cool. I've read nothing by Brandon Sanderson, so I don't know what this is going to be. And then my laptop like cut out when I was starting to do this, so it's going to look really funny when I try to piece it all together. So I do apologize. But yeah, so I've read nothing by Brandon Sanderson. I think he wrote the Mistborn trilogy. I could be so wrong on that. Do not quote me on that. And like, look at that. And then the spine, whoops, it's upside down. Like, this looks so cool. So I may read this. Again, as I said in the previous clip, I have a massive TBR. Like, it's ridiculous. I have a massive TBR pile. And then that's the sequel, Firefight. I'm kind of going all over the place because I'm trying to get this done. So this is the young adult fantasy, I believe. Are you young adult fantasy? I want to say that this is young adult fantasy. Again, don't quote me on this. This is the first book in, I want to say, a duology. It may be a trilogy or a series or something. But this is the first book in the Reckoners series, trilogy, duology, I don't even know. So, yeah, again, my laptop did something funny, so this is Steelheart. 4, done. And then I started with this one. So this one is The Madman's Daughter by Megan Shepherd. I think it's the historical fiction romance type thing. From what I gather from the little synopsis back here, the main character's name is Juliet Moreau, or something like that. She's 16 years old. She lives in London. Yay. She works as a maid, and some kind of scandal happened with her father, and gruesome experiments, and he's alive, and she learns about it, so she takes her father's assistant Montgomery and a castaway named Edward to the islands, and love and hijinks and shenanigans ensues. I want to say that it's young adult. What are you? I have no idea what this is. I don't know. But, like, what really appealed to me, along with this one, just Steelheart, what really appealed to me for this is the cover. Like, look at that girl. Like, just doesn't that make you want to read it? To find out what this girl is? Because she's, like, looking out to the sea, and what is she looking at, and all that. Then the tagline for this book is, in the darkest places, even love is deadly. So maybe there's a forbidden love thing in there? Kind of thrown in? I don't know. Looked interesting. I figure why not? Okay, 5, done. I am, like, honestly keeping track of some of these. Yeah, there are a lot of, like, you know, first books in this series. So this is going to be so fun for me to read. And then the next book that I see is another hardback. So it's like 3 hardbacks, and most of these are paperback. Is Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. I have another Abby Glines book in here, and I saw Cassidy V, because I don't know how to say her last name. I saw Cassidy V haul a couple of her books, and that she was going to try it. So I wanted to try it. I think I saw this on Amazon at one point, and it appealed to me, so I wanted to try it. So from what I gather here in the synopsis, we have two main characters, one who is a mute named Maggie Carlson, who saw her father murder her mother and is a mute. Right? Yes. And then we have a popular football player named West Ashby, and they kind of, I guess, talk to each other about something that happened at a game, and Maggie starts to speak to him. It's a little bit of a shock, so I guess we have something to do with that. So, Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. I've read nothing by her, so I figure I will give her a try. So, Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. What does it look like naked? What do you look like naked? Oh. Meh. Meow. Completely black. Whoops. I thought that was kind of underwhelming. Oh well. So, I cannot wait to read these. Like a lot of these books I've never even read, so I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying to read these. And then the next book I see here is another Abby Glines book called Breathe. And it's an adult romance, I believe. And then I think this one's also adult romance right here. Another Abby Glines book. So these are 6 done. Put them back so that I can do this. Whoopsie. Don't ruin any of my book babies in there. So this is Breathe by Abby Glines. This is a Seabreeze novel. I think it's the first one. Let me see. Invoice will be my guide. Yes, it is. Okay. This is the first in a series of Seabreeze novels. Yeah, so this is fiction by Abby Glines. This is the first book, sorry, in a series, I want to say. I'm just going to try to move that. Yeah, sticker. So the next book in the Seabreeze story, I believe, is just for now. And then some of the other ones are Because of Low and While It Lasts. Yes, yes. Okay. So from what I gather is there's a 17-year-old woman named Sadie who works for this big rock star named Jack Stone, who is like one of the hottest teen rock stars in the world. So I'm assuming that this is Sadie right here, and this guy's Jax. Like, why? What is it with guys in no shirts? Like, so here we have one here that we saw in a previous clip, and then this one. Yes, like kind of ahead. Where are your eyeballs, sir? Where are your eyeballs? No, lady, where? People, where are your eyeballs? We are missing eyeballs here. And yeah. So she doesn't want to fall in love, and excuse me. But they do end up falling in love, and yeah. I have no idea what this is about. What really appeals to me, kind of, is the cover, and I bought another book by her, so I figured why not try another one. Is Until Friday Night part of a series? I want to say it is. Yes, it is. Jesus. So, Breathe by Abby Glines. 7 and done. And then this next book I did read while I was away at my cousin's house in New Jersey. She lent me a book, which is called Magic Bites by Alana Andrews. I believe Alana Andrews is like one person. I think she's one person. But basically what this series is it's the first in a series. It's called Magic Bites, and it's a special edition one. So I read one with a different cover that was like, I think a normal paperback. It was probably half the size of this too. And I read it, and I really liked it. So, and I believe Alana Andrews is 2 people. So I think she's a husband and wife duo. I could be wrong on that. I may have to do some research. on that. But basically what I can get is there's a world where like some days magic thrives, other days magic doesn't, so it's like a magic world and a tech world, and they both kind of thrive together. And some days magic works and other days magic doesn't. So, so Kate's guardian ends up getting killed. So I'm assuming this is Kate Daniels right here. Kate Daniels is a mercenary who cleans up problems with magic, and her guardian gets killed, and she has to find the killer along with other magic creatures. So it's like werewolves and vampires. I'm assuming that they're maybe shapeshifters. I could be wrong on that. But again, I read this book and I loved it, and I figure why not get one for myself. And then I actually really like this cover. Like, look at that. This is actually one of the only books in this box that I've read and really liked. So, and it has like some bonus stuff. It has a short story called The Questionable Client, which is, I guess, a prequel to Magic Bites from Curran's point of view, and I think Curran is her guardian. Is Curran her guardian? I want to say Curran's her guardian. I forget. I read this a while ago. Whoops. So I will probably have to reread this and then find some of the other books, but only book I've read. Yay! Only book in this series that I've read. So, 8 and done. We're down to 1 more. Then the last book in this box is the first book in a series again, called The Jewel by Amy Ewing, something like that. So this is young adult, romance, maybe fantasy. I bought this because I love the cover. Like, look at that. And then the tagline is, "The power to choose comes with a price." And from what I gather back here, because I'm reading it, there's a main character named Violet, who is, I believe, a servant? Are you a servant? I don't know. I think you're a servant. And she is, she ends up, she's a servant who works for royalty. Who works for the royalty in this, I guess, world called the Marsh. And there's forbidden romance in here. So, to me, it kind of reminds me of the Selection series. I don't know if any of you guys have read this, but that series kind of has, like, that maybe tagline where the character, name I forget, she ends up being part of, like, an auction, basically, to win over a prince's heart. So, well, I haven't read any of the other ones, but I read the first 3, and I loved it, so and then there's, like, some short stories in there. I think it's in my bookshelf somewhere. So I may actually do a bookshelf tour of this bookshelf so that you can see. I don't know how much of it you can see. I'll just show you. Look at that. Look at that. Ha! Look at that. And then there are 2 books in here, by the way. There are 2 books in here. Sweet. So I may do a bookshelf tour of that at some point. And, like, just look at the cover. So this is the first book in the Lone City trilogy. So this is a trilogy. I forget what the other books are called, and it's by, again, Amy Ewing. I completely don't know how to say her name, so I'm sorry about that. The Jewel by Amy Ewing. Sweet. And I just love the cover. And then the spine is beautiful. So, all in all, 9 books in here. That is not a bad haul, I would say. So again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do another book haul. I may do a bookshelf tour just of this bookshelf. There are going to be books in this space right here. I already put 2 in there. So there will be more books in there. I don't know when that will be, though. Don't quote me on that. But if you like kind of seeing these types of videos, whether they be book hauls or book-related videos, leave them down in comments, and I will do my best to put them in. Again, I don't know what my laptop did. It did something funny earlier, so I'll have to look into that and maybe fix it. So, and then whatever kind of videos you want to see, whether they be Doctor Who related, book related, whatever they are, bookish tags, if any tags that you can think of, or any tags you want me to create, let me know in comments. Again, not me bragging at all. I don't want to brag. So if you like any of these books, if you don't like any of these books, go in the comments, leave recommendations for me, let me know if you like any of these books, and I cannot wait to read them eventually. Because my TBR tag book is Stack, actually, which is under this thing. I have a stack of TBR books. Is probably yay big or something like that. It's pretty big. So I'm like kind of going through them. I am going away, so I'm bringing a good chunk of those books with me when I go away. One of them will be Lord of Shadows. And yeah, this has been an amazingly fun video. Make sure you like and subscribe down there. Much love to you all. This has been T Lizzo. I will sign off, and I will see you again in my next video. You've been a great audience. This is T Lizzo, signing off.